to land that right hand. And here comes Jessie Vargas, what he is really good at. He jabs downstairs to lure you to drop your arms, to come around the guard with overhand rights and left.
Round number 4, and it has started to heat up. Jessie Vargas in the white trunks, Mikey Garcia in the red and gray.
Expect Vargas to throw a lot more jabs to the belly of Mikey Garcia. He wants to set up something over the top.
Vargas is prone to cuts, and he's got a lot of Vaseline on those eyebrows right now. I don't think he's been cut at all, but they're trying to keep that as supple as possible. Keep that skin from breaking up. And that's a sign of a good fight. It's just when you think one guy is taking over, the other guy steps forward, and there's Garcia right now, throwing some hard jabs off the face of Vargas.
You heard Robert Garcia between rounds telling Mikey, don't back up against the ropes, don't let him back you up, keep that fight right in the center of the ring where you can get in on the inside.
Good counter left hand by Garcia, but there was a hook landed by Vargas. Let's take a look at some CompuBox numbers, see the punches so far. Vargas throwing almost 100 more punches, landing 39. Garcia, again, he's economical, but 25 for 77. It's a wider discrepancy than I thought for punches thrown, Sergio. You know?
I think Jessie Vargas is looking really sharp. He's landing some really good shots, and right now Garcia's waiting. He doesn't waste punches, like I said, but he's waiting a little bit too long, and Jessie Vargas is landing some good shots. Like those right there. He's trying to set up something looping over the top.
Jab to the body is a tough punch. You have to be really confident to be able to throw it. Good exchange. Both guys landing something. Vargas now pressing the action and getting after Garcia.
I think that left hook rocked Garcia. Garcia landed a right hand, and Vargas came with a check hook right after it.
Yeah, I agree, Sergio. That caught Mikey's attention for sure.
All right, Garcia now has that look in his eye. He fights out of the corner immediately, but he's getting backed up by Jessie Vargas. And these are scoring shots.
Those are hard punches to guard against. If you're Mikey Garcia, they're winging shots.
Garcia answers back with a hard right hand. He might have to come out of his comfort zone to take this fight from Vargas. What he's doing right now might not be enough. At least if Vargas can keep up at this level, at this pace.
And Vargas continues to stab Garcia with that jab down to the body. I mean, that's just excellent work. He's stopping him. Errol Spence also did that. He was jabbing and stabbing Garcia from coming forward and gaining momentum.
Vargas able to move his head, get out of the way. Now it's Garcia who is stalking, although he takes that shot to the body. All those jabs to the body, a right hand to the body. You know who's in the corner for Jessie Vargas, don't you, Sergio?
Well, you had so many trainer changes, but
yeah. The body snatcher. Mike McCallum, one of the underrated all-time greats of the last generation. World champion.
Left hook that he swung around the guard of Garcia. And that right there, that rocked Garcia. You can see how his legs wobbled a little bit, backing up. Caught him right on the temple, Jessie Vargas did.
Garcia getting all he bargained for and more. Round 5. We get to the middle rounds, and Jessie Vargas has been game, spirited. He's had an outstanding jab, good right hand. Garcia showing good power when he's able to land. But we've got a couple of rounds already, and Vargas very possibly with a points lead in the books. Right hand to the body as he steps in. Chris Maddox giving that last round to Jessie Vargas, so 3 rounds to 1. Chris, some close rounds? You're thinking Vargas won those rounds clearly in your mind?
I think Vargas has done an excellent job in the 3 rounds he won. Mikey's landing some very good shots. Jessie Vargas is just landing more of them.
Showing a lot of creativity as well in his attack. I mentioned that rare combination, kind of an unorthodox combination of right hand to the body, jab to the head. It's not normally how you do it. It's kind of backwards, but it was very effective earlier on in this fight. And there it is, a jab to the body, jab to the head, and then a right hand to the head after a jab. Steps in, lands a body shot, lands a right hand. Lots of shots landing for Jessie Vargas. Stiff jab by Vargas as well.
I agree with Chris. I think that Vargas is looking really sharp. 3 rounds to 1 sounds about right.
This is his best sequence right now, Sergio, I think.
And everything's off a power jab to the stomach.
And yet there is blood now coming from the nose of Jessie Vargas. So when Garcia is able to land, he is able to do damage.
And that little hook by Garcia caught Jessie Vargas right in the tip of the chin, wobbled him a little bit.
Again, Garcia will slowly break you apart. He might not outland Jessie Vargas, but he's going to hurt you. You wonder if Jessie Vargas can keep this pace, keep this energy up as he has. The early part of this round, he was extremely active. You can't let up for a second against Garcia. Looks like Vargas is hurt. He is hurt. Wobbly legs, got caught, trying to stay on his feet and dancing away. Garcia with the right hand, and down goes Vargas. Mikey Garcia explodes to get the first knockdown of the fight. Vargas is on very shaky legs. That's not a knockdown, but he is not in good shape.
No, Vargas is smiling, but he's hurt. Legs aren't under him, and he's in good shape, so we know that he's going to be able to stand up and take these shots, but he's looking for that left hook right now.
Only a few more seconds in this round, but can he survive? Hard body shot by Garcia. Wings a right hand. He's got him trapped in the corner. Jessie Vargas survives.
And here we're going to see that 1-2. That's what he's known for. That's what he drops a lot of fighters with. He dropped Easter with that punch. It's a left hand just to land that right hand. He guides your head where he's going to want to land that right hand. And from there, the combinations just flow.
And that hit him on the side of the head, Sergio, and that just really messed up his equilibrium. And there was the final right hand shot.
It looks like a simple 1-2, but he lured you into that 2, and he puts everything behind it, Mikey Garcia does.
And Jessie knows that he's trying to avoid a 10-8 round, trying to survive, but wow, by Mikey Garcia. Let's see if Vargas can reestablish himself in this fight.
He still looks a little bit shaky, Brian.
That was on the side of the head, and it might take a while, and maybe not even tonight. Uppercut by Garcia for him to recover. He doesn't look good right now.
No, he doesn't, and Mikey Garcia's starting to get an angle on Vargas, and that's what makes him special, the timing and the angles.
You have to admire the patience of Mikey Garcia. He had to be thinking that he was letting some rounds slip away, but also confident that he would get his man eventually, and he certainly did in round 5. Starch is out of out of Vargas a little bit now. Not quite the same crispness the way he's throwing those jabs. See if he can regain his balance. Look, Anthony Joshua never really quite regained his balance in that first fight with Andy Ruiz. You get hit in the side of the head, that happens. It happened to Deontay Wilder against Tyson Fury this weekend.
Mikey Garcia looks stronger to me. I mean, he had a full year to gain into that 147-pound body, so he looks a lot stronger, and he's hurting Vargas with these shots.
Vargas's knees are just not, and legs are not springy at this point. His legs, he is just kind of flat-footed and locking his knees. He's just not the same guy right now. He's very game. He presses forward, trying to throw jabs, but they're not coming out the same way.
Yeah, it's pretty clear watching these first 5 rounds, 5.5 rounds now. Jessie Vargas is the bigger man. Mikey Garcia is the bigger puncher.
Vargas is going to have to regain that energy, get his legs back. But again, after getting hit on the side of the head, took an awful lot out of him, let alone the right hand that put him down.
And that's the beauty of timing. Timing beats speed, and speed beats power.
Good counter jab there by Vargas. Sergio, what would you say to Vargas? I mean, in order to just buy some time and try to get your legs back.
Yeah, absolutely. Fight behind the jab, because right now he's still trying to land that overhand left hook. I don't think Garcia's going to fall for that right now, and that takes a lot of strength from your legs. Just go back to the jab, get out of this round, get your legs under you again.
To beat Mikey Garcia, Jessie Vargas has to have pace and speed and just a lot of energy. He's got to keep the volume punching going. And this round, he is just in survival mode. He's doing his best, but he's not back yet. Good jab there by Vargas. Garcia is still patient, waiting for things to develop. Round number 7, big knockdown in round 5 from Mikey Garcia. And a big answer in a fight where Jessie Vargas was winning rounds. Chris Mannix giving Mikey Garcia that 6th round as well. Obviously 10-8 in the 5th. Jesse Vargas has never been stopped. He's been down twice prior to tonight. I don't know if I've ever seen him in that type of shape to be that wobbled against Thomas Delorme. Tested him. Obviously Manny Pacquiao as well.
Yeah, the Thomas Delorme knockdown was more of a flash knockdown. Had a big impact on the scoring of the fight, but that was about as hurt as I've seen Jesse Vargas.
No, I agree. He's one of the most durable fighters, champions in boxing right now. He was on Queer Street right there, and Mikey Garcia, he knows. And look at the focus on Garcia after having Vargas hurt so much.
Has him again with the hook, knocking the head around. Vargas shakes his head. His feet look a little better right now. His legs a little stronger under him. Not as flat-footed, not locking his knees as much. Lunges in with the right hand. But the volume in that crisp punching from Jesse Vargas, it's just not the same.
What concerns me about Vargas at this stage is that after that last round, he went back to the corner. He put his hands up on the ropes, sort of hunched over. You could see him breathing through his mouth. Fatigue has clearly set into a degree on Jesse Vargas.
Oh, good right hand by Garcia, getting closer to his mark. Vargas answers with a hook.
Garcia's getting closer and closer, inching his way in to land that right hand right there, like that.
That one on the side of the head, not quite as flush. But he is in stalking mode right now. Moving in on Jesse Vargas, as Vargas's body language shows a little bit of wilt. Not quite the same starch, tries with a body shot.
And one thing Mikey Garcia told us, he had a terrific camp. He had a full camp. He sparred with 160-pounders for power. He sparred with 140-pounders for speed. He is as prepared as he's going to be.
Vargas still working hard. But Garcia is the man who's moving forward and imposing his will. And now he's wobbled again with a right hand. Trying to escape. Garcia has him against the ropes. Can Vargas answer?
And here's that same 1-2 that I was talking about. He got that jab just around that right hand, right on the side of the temple.
If there are punches coming back the other way, you have to stop the fight.
When a fighter knows, Mike McCallum knows, I mean, whenever you have a fighter that's trained by great champions, they can see it in the eyes.
Round 8, Mikey Garcia imposing his will on Jesse Vargas after Vargas had a very good start to this fight.
He is just lining Jesse Vargas up for that straight right hand. It is connecting every single time he's firing it.
And popping him back with a jab as well. And now you see the eyes are swollen for Jesse Vargas. His head isn't moving. He's not as crisp. We could be getting very close to the end here. Vargas does not look good. Digs in with a body shot. He's very game. A ton of heart. Let's bring in Steve Smoker. Steve, would you be getting close to wondering if you're the referee at this point? Like, would you start entertaining if you have to jump in? Steve, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here. Oh, absolutely. If the bell didn't ring, that fight was going to be stopped, Brian.
I thought it was very close to that as well.
Yes, I agree.
And even now, how close would you be hovering, Steve?
It's the next significant shot. It's over.
Steve, thank you. Yeah, you can smell it. Look, it's like Deontay Wilder, and people say, oh, anyway, they should have stopped the fight. That fight could have been stopped in the 5th round. Wilder was done. And here, Vargas, he's not done, but he does not look good.
You have to wonder, too, if Jesse Vargas' nose was broken earlier on. That blood continues to come down his nose. He's pawing away at it pretty much every 20, 30 seconds.
I think the shot, that too, yeah, Chris, and the shot to the side of the head, he has not been the same since absorbing that shot. Sergio, you ever get hit on the side of the head where the equilibrium was just knocked off?
No, absolutely. You just gotta be a poker player and pretend it didn't hurt or hold your man. But yeah, that definitely rocks you.
Unless you're wobbling around, because right, your legs will betray you.
And that's exactly what those shots do. They betray your legs.
Final minute of round 8. Combination from Garcia, a hook from Vargas, but they are barely slowing down the onslaught from Garcia.
I got you.
And And Garcia is just waiting for that right hand. Jumps in with a hook that time to vary his attack. Kind of like the Susie Q, you know? Rocky Marciano looking to step in and drill him with a right hand. The pace slowing here, as Vargas cannot throw as many jabs. Pumps out 2 jabs there, one to the body, one to the head. Nowhere near the same level of effectiveness as earlier in the fight. Right hand from Vargas lands. Doesn't do much damage.
Do not sit in front, but it doesn't seem like he's able to do it or listen.
He's doing his best. Claudia, thank you very much. I mean, he's just been beaten down. That knockdown took an awful lot out of him. The right hand that set it up was on the side of the head and just knocked the starch out of him, knocked the balance out of him. Vargas is not the same guy. Might have a few early rounds, but losing these rounds on a regular basis.
Mikey, congratulations. Your second crack at welterweight, and you get yourself a win. What did you think of the way you fought?
First of all, I want to say thanks to everybody who came out and supported me, all my fans. I love you guys. I do all of this for you. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's fight. I feel very happy to be back and very excited to be here.
Those first few rounds, it looked like Jessie was able to control the distance. It looked like you were having some trouble getting inside. What were you thinking in those early rounds, and what adjustments did you have to make?
Well, I did have to make adjustments. You know, I have to get adjusted to his height, reach, you know, natural size. You know, I had to make those adjustments. But as the fight went on, I started feeling that I started hurting him. I started closing the gap a little bit more. Started feeling better with the rhythm, the timing, and started to pick up the pace, and I think it worked out well.
You obviously, in your first time at welterweight, fought arguably the top guy in the welterweight division. What was different for you, though, the second time around?
I think I carried the weight a little bit better, you know, and that allowed me to perform better. I felt better. You know, I always let on my feet when I had to. I was solid when I had to. He's a big man, you know. Jesse's a big man. The weight, you know, I could feel the size difference, but like I said, my talent was able to overcome that.
The fifth round, the fight seemed to change with that knockdown. You got him with a clean shot, seemed to mess with his equilibrium throughout most of the fight. What did you see on that shot?
Well, I started to hurt him as the rounds went by. Took him close to the corner, landed a good right hand that put him down. I think he definitely felt the power, and after that, it seemed like every so often I would hurt him again. So I started to really get the rhythm of things, and I just kept going, you know. I felt that, you know, my speed, my power was all perfect, and I was able to put it into effect even against a bigger guy.
You said before this fight that you would learn a lot about your ability to be a welterweight during this fight. What did you learn about maybe your future at 147 pounds?
No, I think I have great options. I think, you know, I'm ready to get back in with the best. I would love to get an opportunity to fight Manny Pacquiao or a rematch against Errol Spence. I think it would be a tremendous fight. I'm a little bit better now at this weight class.
So do you want to stay at 147?
I think that's a great option for me. I think I want to continue campaigning at 147, search a title at my 5th division.
You've been asking for Pacquiao for a very long time. Do you think it's realistic now at this point?
Well, I think it's very likely that we are considered as likely opponents because we prove ourselves to be able to compete against one of the bigger former world champions in the division.
Congratulations, Mikey.
I want to say hello to everybody in Oxnard, especially to Mendez Zambrano family. May Juanito rest in peace, very dear friend of our family. So everybody out there, 1301 Commercial Avenue in Oxnard, love you guys. Juanito, may you rest in peace.